The first and third readings in the Eucharistic liturgy for this Sunday have some juxtapositioning or opposing. The first reading is quite dire. If you trust in just human beings, you're going to be a barren desert. And if you trust in God, you're going to be a flourishing tree. Then you say, well, I wonder which one I am. And then the gospel has the Luke's version of the Beatitudes, which are shorter than Matthew, and the woe to yous, which Matthew doesn't have exactly. Matthew's gospel, the Sermon on the Mount, where the Beatitudes start there in chapter 5, Jesus is up a mountain like Moses, giving out the law. And the Beatitudes are there's 7 of them. Luke is shorter. And Luke, if you remember the gospel, he came down and spoke to them on the level. A very interesting image. Spoke to them on the level directly about life. Let me give a little interpretation of the Beatitudes then, and maybe the first reading. Sad are you. So we could call the woe to yous, sad are you. So they're the sad attitudes. There is a sadness that's spoken of in the first reading from the first verses of the reading. And it's, you will be sad if you trusted that another human being or human beings or something, riches, clinging to something. Sad are you if you thought that something could complete you. And the Beatitudes, or the blessed, or the happy, or the holy are you, are based on a poverty that doesn't mean not having. But blessed are you if you know that everything is a poverty to our human desires for completion. So in a way, everything, if you grab it and say, this is going to complete me, that's going to be a disappointment, ending in a sad attitude. That I grab you, I grab them, I grab it, I grab my title, I grab my prestige, whatever. Whatever I grab is appointed to be a disappointment. Yep, that's what I said. Everything has a built-in disappointment if the thing you're grabbing is going to complete you. So everything is appointed to have a hole in it in a way, which allows us, according to the first reading, to trust God rather than to trust something that will ultimately disappoint me. So I've been thinking, what's the difference between religion and spirituality? Many articles and thoughts about this. I'm going to say something just very simple. Religion, then, is what we do. Go to church, say these prayers, go to the river, whatever the religion is, it's a way of doing in relationship to God, which is reasonable. It's communal, so we have things together. So religion is a what we do. Spirituality is a why we do it. It's relational. And it's, I want to do this, rather than laws saying I have to do this. So I should, I need, I ought, those kind of burdensome words are less relational and more obligational, if you want to put it that way. And spirituality is from inside out. Religion can be outside in, that what I do helps my inside. But the relationship of spirituality is reverencing things or persons for who they are, what they are, and reverencing for what they can't be. They can't be my completion. They are appointed to be a disappointment if I'm grasping total meaning, total completion, if I'm grasping them for God. The appointment that everyone has and everything has, it's an invitation to go beyond it. And so the spirituality is, because of the relationship that God has with us and sustains and initiates, God is the finder, God is the doer, then interiorly, what do I want to do? And why do I want to do this? Why do I want to be kind? I want to be kind not because the law says be kind. I do it because it's in me to do. It's of my spirit. And religion helps me have a spirit. But spirit is very individual. It can be encouraged by the community, by the parish, by the group. But my spirituality is because of God's relationship with me. And my relationship with God is expressed in how I relate. Then the why is very important. And that's what spirituality is. It's how I live the relationship. That's the why. I do it because it's a reflection of my relationship with life because of God's relationship with me. Why be nice? My spirit says the why is because it's a blessed thing to, as Luke says, to be poor enough to receive. That the rich say, I know what you are for me. Spirituality is, and a poverty is, I know what I am for you. And I want to live that way. And so poverty of spirit is a poverty that says, I can't have it all. Oh no. And blessed are those who weep because I miss, I grieve. Because I wanted that person to be part of the completion of my life. But happy are you if you know that everything is a gift. And to reverence it is a spirituality. And to treat it as having the fingerprints of God and having an RSVP at the bottom, please respond, that's spirituality. It's a relational response to things. Well, that's at the heart of the Beatitudes. And then Luke has that very hard one, be happy and rejoice and dance around if people don't like you. That's a tough one, because we all love to be loved and appreciated. But the poverty is that I don't get my identity from what you think of me. I get my identity, I receive it. It's the poverty, I receive it not from you, but I dance with joy because of who God says I am. Well, that's very difficult. And the martyrs have done it. The people in unjust circumstances, they do it. They know who they are, and they rejoice in who they are, and they rejoice in the poverty that you can't tell me who I am. But I will tell you, because of my spirituality, I will try to tell you who you are by how I relate with you. So the spirituality is the how I live the Beatitudes. Religion is the what we do. We respect life and we respect the poor and the afflicted. We receive them. Our poverty is really a receptivity. We receive the Eucharist in an empty hand. We receive life in the same manner. Poor because we are receivers. That's how we live the Eucharist. That's how we live the spirituality of our religion.